Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Loretta. For anyone new here, today we are going to try out a new video. We are going to be trying every dining hall at Princeton University. This video has been in the works for a couple months now, but now that I actually have a new camera, it's time for me to record it. So what are we gonna do? Well, each day of the week we're going to go to a dining hall for dinner and we'll sit down, eat, and rate the dining hall. We have 5 dining halls at Princeton. For undergrads, we have Forbes, Whitman, Yale/NCW, call it Yale for short because it's easier to say, RoMa, and CJL, the Center for Jewish Life. So we have a little spin the wheel here, and each day we're gonna spin the wheel and see which one we're going to. So, RoMa again. Okay, so I guess it's just in the cards to go to RoMa. So I'll see you at RoMa later. Yeah. We have a smoothie machine over there. It's a new addition, but it's like rarely in service. That's water.
Points off, RoMa. Points off.
I will say, I think we caught the pasta on a good day, because usually like it's like low-key kind of dry. Okay, you try something now.
Okay. Before I do so, put a little bit of salt on it. I'm gonna try the chicken first, I think.
It looks good.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I think granted, like, you know, dining halls only have so much they can offer, but like, I do think like it's not bad. It has barbecue sauce on it. I just need to put a little bit of salt for my own preference.
Okay. And that's the thing, like they can't do too much, and then it's like something you can't take off. So I feel like they have to standardize it so you can add on with the sauces and whatnot. So that's just something to think about. So atmosphere, location, and food from 1 to 10.
Okay, atmosphere is a 10 because I feel like RoMa area is the only dining hall I feel comfortable sitting alone in. It's nice to just sit with the headphones on and eat. And then with friends, it's the same idea. Like it's just a comfortable space. So atmosphere. I'm gonna give the atmosphere an 8. I think it's like really nice and like has like a low-key ambiance to it. I will say it did get a little crowded, which is the only reason I'm not giving it a 10. Location is also a 10. You know why? Because my dorm is right there. Location for me, I'm gonna give it a 6. I live in Forbes, so like that's this is upper campus, so it will take me a little bit more to get here than other dining halls. But I will say like I will make the trip for those smoothies.
One day you'll have them. And then food, the big one.
You can look at my plate. It just half of it was I wasn't hungry, and usually RoMa has better food, I feel like, in my opinion. Maybe it's because we came towards the end of dinner, but I would say today it was a 5. I'm also gonna give it a 5. I think 5 is I may have been a little full as well, but overall I do think like it does have better days, which is why I am giving it a 5. I think it's average. Like it's not something that you're gonna be like, oh my god, I have to eat again, or like something like, oh my god, it's so good. Like it's right in the middle. Like you can definitely make it work.
Okay, so for location, I will have to give it a 10 as well because I live right here, so it's really close. For atmosphere, I'm also gonna give it, I feel really biased saying this, but I'm also gonna give it a 10 just because, I mean, just look at this place, it's giving Hogwarts. It feels like cozy, but not as cozy as Forbes, because Forbes is like a little too homey. And then the last one, food. I will say my plate is basically clean. But I was also very hungry because I just came from dance practice, so that could be a factor as well. I will say patty is literally a 6.5. It's just because I feel like RoMa is very hit or miss. Like, and by miss I mean miss is average and then it hits. But it's never bad. It's just average or really good. So Kenja, will you do us the honors of figuring out where we're eating dinner tomorrow? What? We're going to the CJL tomorrow. All right, the Center for Jewish Life. Okay, plate check. That's what I got. Yeah, and then nice. Okay, so we just finished our dinner and we're gonna go around and rate our experience. So atmosphere, I'm gonna give it a 5 just because it's kind of too small in the sense that even sitting there, thank you, just sitting there, I feel like I have to whisper because there's not that many people, and it probably just because it's a community place. It's a Center for Jewish Life, so whoever is in that community will be there. And if there's not that many people, then obviously it's gonna be like an emptier place. So just for that, because it was like a little too quiet for me, a 5. Location, it is kind of a very nice location because if your classes are down the street, all you have to do is come uphill and boom, it's right here. Currently for me, location would be like a 7. And then food, the food was actually really clean. It felt clean when I ate it compared to other dining halls. It might just be because it's kosher. So for that reason, I will give it, I think I'll give this a 7.
So I've eaten at this dining hall a few times now, and I want to say if I'm talking about the ambiance and like the area, I would give it a 6. I do think it's pretty comfortable. It definitely is a privater community. I feel like when you come here, you should keep in mind and be respectful of what the dining hall asks for, and just remember that this dining hall is kosher, so outside food is not allowed in. With that being said, I will say I feel like the food here is very clean. I would give the food, I would give it a 7.5. I do typically like it. It doesn't make me sick, which is like a really big thing. And yeah, all in all, the vibes are pretty well, and I would give it a try.
So this is actually my first time coming to the CJL, so I didn't really know what to expect. But I mean, when I walked in, everything seemed like really like communal and like close together and like warm. So even though it's like a smaller space, like it's also nice for like a calm vibe. In terms of atmosphere, I would give it like an 8 actually, because I feel like a lot of the other dining halls, like it's very like hectic and like chaotic, and it's like, oh, just like white noise. When I got there, it was like calm. I was like, okay, I can actually think, you know. So in terms of food, I would say it felt very clean and like fresh in a sense. So I like that. So I'd give it like a 7. And
Location,
yeah, the location is actually very like it's a prime location, which is close to First and close to like the engineering side. If you just walk up the hill, then you're back to like the humanities. So it's like prime location.
Also, my first time, I actually agree a lot with what Darren was saying about the atmosphere and the way I feel like I wouldn't feel uncomfortable coming here, putting on headphones and just like eating, I mean, by myself, because it is very small, kind of smaller than I expected, but also homey. So I think that's a plus. I feel like sometimes the good things about the other dining halls is that because there's so many people around, you don't feel as like self-conscious or as restrained about just like talking. So I feel like the quiet can be, you know, a pro or a con because it can feel a little tense sometimes. But overall, like atmosphere / ambiance, I would give it a solid 6.5. But I think that just kind of depends on your preference. For food, I would say I didn't get that much, but what I got, I think it's a solid meal choice. I didn't have like the main meal, but I had chicken wings. They were good. They could have been a little more seasoned, but they were good. So I would say overall solid food choice. So I'm gonna give it a 6, just because it wasn't like the best thing ever, but it definitely wasn't terrible. Like I would have this over Whitman, guys. Location, I also think this is a good location because like everyone else has said, it's kind of smack dab in the middle of campus. And like I pass by here all the time, especially actually like during the afternoon. So maybe this is a place I'll come to now.
All right, thank you. We're gonna spin and find out where we're going next. Whitman! We're going to Whitman next. We'll see you there. You don't want pizza?
Oh, I'd love some pizza. But yeah, I don't get it. Anyways, I'll have some rice. Not the pasta. I wouldn't really recommend the pasta. Over here's just like the grilled area, but I think this is good enough.
Okay. This is my dinner for tonight at Whitman. The other stations were not to my taste tonight, so it's giving salad and a hot dog. Pan to your plate too, and then
The rice is also kind of dry at this point. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try.
okay.
Cut the camera.
So this was a quick dinner, and it will be a quick rating. So we'll just go back and forth. So you can start with atmosphere.
Perfect. So for the atmosphere of this dining hall, I will say it's pretty big. It feels very spacious in here. I think I would give it a 7.5.
I would rate this atmosphere as 7. It is a more modern Maddie. The booth sections are nice if you can get one. They're always full, but luckily we were able to snag one. But other than that, there's nothing really much else to it, so 7.
As for location-wise, it's like in the middle of campus is what I would say Whitman is. So it is pretty convenient. For that, I would give it a 10. I mean, you can kind of walk to it from any location and be fine. Like, it's not too much of a
Yeah, same thing, 10. It's literally right smack dab in the middle of campus. Anywhere you're going, you're gonna end up passing it regardless. Now, for the food.
So, the food I would give on the lower end, we're looking at a 4.5. I personally would not eat at this dining hall. I just feel like the food and I don't really mesh well together. With that being said, during their specialty days, like around, I want to say Christmas, around the holidays and Cultural Day, they do make some really good food. But for an average night, yeah, this just wouldn't be where I want to eat.
Whitman is also getting a 4, which is sad because for such a good location, I wish the food was good, like for me to come here all the time. But sadly, with all the options that we do have, I'm just never at Whitman. And today was a prime example of why. As she was saying, the specialty days are when they actually show out. When we first moved in, they did good. When they had the cultural day, they did amazing actually. And I was like shocked. I was like, this is Whitman? But then on a regular day, it seems like all that goes out the window. And I'm stuck here eating the basic stuff like hot dog or salad. Or pizza. So 4 for me. It is one of the lower ranked dining halls personally for me. 2 dining halls left. We're almost done, and it's Forbes or yay.
Let's see. Okay.
Oh,
We're going to yay.
yay! Okay, we'll see you there next time. First, but no, how First does it in front of you. But this does look better quality than First. Y'all, I'm kind of excited about this because look how the Grad College dressed this plate of pasta. Like, this is looking like a better version of RoMa. I'm sorry.
I think First location, it's far. We take the bus to get here. The bus comes around every how many minutes?
It's either 15 or 30.
So that's not great.
Yeah.
For like if you just want to come and eat. So we're not gonna come here often. But when you do come, I think you will be you'll be satisfied. Really great like atmosphere. It's so beautiful. It's like RoMa but better. And the presentation of the food, because there's like less people here, they can add more effort. It looks a lot better. However, Today, I think I just came on the wrong day for me because I don't like cheese. And most of the food today was like very cheese heavy. But what I did have was still good. It was still good. So I would say location is probably a 4, to be honest. Atmosphere, like I said, it's beautiful, but it's also very quiet and studious. So I think you can definitely get your privacy, but you can't be rowdy here. But I would still say atmosphere is a solid 8. Food, I'll say it's a 7.
I first walked these paths completely entranced by my environment, and that did not stop when I entered the gates of the dining hall. I think it was really beautiful, and especially like the pasta station that was out there. I just really loved like the feeling of like specialty or like personalness with the food. Like you made the pasta for me in my separate dish. Like wow, like I got my own plate, and it just feels like specialized treatment. And also the options in the actual dining hall, even though it was really limited, I feel like it was executed really well. But yeah, I would definitely say the atmosphere, I would say it's a 6. Just because it's not like really chaotic, but because like everyone's mature. And location, I'd say it's like Maddie said, 4. Not because it's like, yeah, it's not efficient to just walk all the way from Maddie or like from another place to come here. And for the food, I ate my plate and I ate it well, so I'd say 8.5.
The Graduate College dining hall was definitely a very pleasant surprise. I think, like, literally just walking in here, I could already tell, wow, this place looks better. It looks like a better version of Maddie. I'm sorry, Maddie, my Resco. I think it's also just because since it's the Grad College and they're a smaller community, that's why it also feels, it has a more homier feeling than Maddie, just because there's not that many people. It's not as rowdy as they were saying. But I do like the decorations here more. The glass, oh, very beautiful. That is one of my favorite parts in here. But ambiance, I'd rate it like an 8. Architecturally, it's beautiful. It's not as quiet as like some of the other dining halls where I feel like I have to whisper. I feel like I could talk in a regular voice, and so I don't really have any problems with that. When it comes to location, yeah, it is kind of a trek to get here, so a 4 is very reasonable. So it's not something I'll be visiting that often. But with that said, when it comes to the food department, I would say this is definitely one of the best like meals I've ever eaten, period, at Princeton. I mean, in the dining halls. I can't think of any other like dining hall meal that like top.
The family recipe.
That was a special thing. They all stepped up for that. I feel like this is a regular day. So for a regular day for them to have this, like I feel like the bar is kind of high here at the Graduate College for a regular day. Like there's nothing happening here for them to be pulling out stops like this. The pasta is very creamy. Anyways, food was good. I'm rating it an 8.5. Every time I'm here, the first thing I go to is the dumplings. Just because they're my fave. Trying all the dining hall videos. Yeah. Yeah. We have an Asian bar over there, but I'm not really feeling it right now. About to dig in. I'll see you guys afterwards for the rating. So, for yay. Let's start with location. Location, I'd give it a 5. I'd say average. It's not as bad as like, I don't know, because I get forward to Grad College, so 5 for this, because the thing is that I do have to go out of my way to go all the way across campus to come here, because it's literally like direct opposite of my Resco.
For me, it's going to be a 7. I live in Forbes, so it's like pretty close by, next to Whitman, so it's pretty easy to get here. So
Atmosphere, I'll give it an 8. I feel like it's very friendly over here just because you always run into someone you know here. So if you want a place to eat and like meet friends, yay's the place to be.
for atmosphere, I would give it a 7.5. I think it's really nice, and I think you can really just like lock into the conversations you are having. I will say though, it gets really full and really loud in here,
That's true.
and when it does, it's like kind of overwhelming. And that's the only reason I'm giving it a 7.5. If not, I would have given it an 8.
Yeah, it's one of the packed dining halls for sure. And then food, I feel like today was not the best day at EA, but it was still decent. I give it like a 7.5. Regular day, I feel like it'd be higher, like 8 or 9, but today 7 or 7.5. It was fine. I didn't get the ice cream, but how was that experience? You want to explain why?
So Ye is notorious for having concrete ice cream. It's so hard to get the ice cream out.
Yeah.
I would give the food tonight, I had a sandwich, some soup, and some fries. So I would give that about a 7. Like, it's pretty good. Like, you can't really mess that up.
Yeah.
On usual nights, I would give this dining hall an 8.5 though, closer to 9. It is pretty good.
Station for me, for Yay, so I live in Butler, which is pretty close by, so I would say it's solid 8. Even though, to be honest, I don't come here as often as I used to, just because I've been forced to go to other ones because my friends like to go to other dining halls. But anyways, ambiance / atmosphere, I agree with my colleagues. I think this is definitely like good when it's not too crowded. When it's too crowded, it's kind of unenjoyable. So I would say, what did I say? I said an 8.
I think you said 8.
7.5.
Okay.
For food, like my colleague said, today was not
Colleagues, dang.
my friend. It was not the best. They've definitely shown out, and today was not that day. It was like mediocre, but even their mediocre is like pretty decent. So I would say solid like 7.
All right.
See you tomorrow at Forbes.
Yes.
Splice Original.
Wait, let's see your attempt. Is it easy?
Guys,
Is it easy or hard?
let's find out. That was good today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would say Forbes ice cream is generally like really soft. It's a lot easier to scoop out than certain other dining halls.
All right, last plate checks. Okay, so this is our last dining hall, Forbes, and so we'll start with location. I'll go first. Location for me is a 6 because I'm coming from Maddie, so it's a far distance to walk, but I make it for you. But yeah, it's a 6 for me.
I live here, so it's a 10. I will say though, if I'm coming from another location, I'd probably rate it like also a 6. It's not good if you're far.
Yeah, me personally, I'm coming from Lewis Library all the way at the other side of campus. That was like a 15-minute walk. So certainly a 4 for me, less than Maddie probably.
Next is atmosphere. I'll give this a 7.5. Every time I come here, I like the homey vibe. And that's honestly all I have to say about it. It's smaller, but it's not too, well, we come late, so it's never too packed when we're here.
I would give it an 8. It makes me feel like I'm at home. There's not like a pressure in the atmosphere. I think everyone, for the most part, just like does their own thing. It's really nice here. In the daylight, you can kind of see like the golf course. Like the view is like unimaginably beautiful.
I'd also probably give it an 8 because like, I mean, I'm going to draw comparisons here. Like Yay, for example, is super rowdy. You don't know where to sit. Like everything is so disheveled here. Even though like I don't live here, I don't come here as much. Like when I do, like I get to like call my friends that do live here. I don't know, it just has like a homely sort of, you come here for the vibes.
Then lastly, the big one, food. I'm giving this a strong 7. I feel like all these dining halls, we caught them on like kind of bad days. But it was a 7. A factor is we did come in late, so there weren't that many options left. But the options that were still here were decent.
I'm also gonna give it a 7. I think Forbes, for the most part, is pretty like good on a regular day. It's like Not something that you'd be like, oh my god, like I'm crazy over, but not something you'd be like, oh, I really don't want to eat this. It's usually in the middle.
I'll give it like a solid 6.5. You can see my food all the way down there. So they have really good chicken. I had like a meatless. They have really, really good chicken.
They do chicken best here. Out of all the dining halls, I feel like they do chicken best.
100%. But I even had like meatless meatballs, and they were alright. Like I ate them edible pretty much. So yeah, 6.5.
So that is it for our trying / rating all the dining halls at Princeton. We did the undergrads and we did a special edition at the Grad College. Thank you for joining us through this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye!